We are looking at problem number 17. That's 17, number 17 in the text. All right, so we are looking at Mintz Entertainment, and we have the Mintz had a net income of $170,000, and they paid dividends of 0.02 or 25 cents. All right, let's just do that. 0.25 cents a share, or essentially a quarter for every share that they had on its 100,000 shares. Okay, so let's see if I can get this back on the focus here. So Mintz paid 25 cents a share dividend on 1,000 shares, on 100,000 shares. At the end of the year, the balance sheet showed retained earnings of $250,000 of retained earnings. So what we need to do is, what is Mintz retained earnings of the balance at the end of last year? So what we need to do is develop a little chart. So we are looking at, it starts off and says this year's, I'm going to just abbreviate, this year's end retained earnings is equal to $250,000. Okay. Then my second line here, I'm going to say less this year's net income. So basically, retained earnings is how much money we kept in the bank. Now this is how much money we made, $170,000, our net income for the year, plus this year's dividends. Now, we know that this year's dividends was 100,000 shares. This is paid out money to our stockholders times 25 cents a share. So it's $25,000. So last year's end of retained earnings was, you add these together. Remember, when you're doing something in a parentheses, you subtract. So let me just go back over this again. So this year's end retained earnings was 250. Well, we made 170,000, so we're taking that out. So then we paid out $25,000, so we're going to keep that as a positive. And then we're going to add all these up together. So last year, ending retained earnings was $105,000. So that's what we started with last year. Now, if you want to work this problem backwards, this is relatively simple. What you would have is, you would say, if you're working this backwards, so last year we started with $105,000 plus $170,000 for NI, net income, minus 25,000, which would be, if you did this, would be 275 minus 25. Okay, so then that would equal $250,000 in the bank this year. That's how you would do it. So this is problem number 17 in the textbook.